Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about how to completely transform your early childhood classroom using something that is probably already sitting on your shelves right now. Yep, fairy tales. It turns out we can leverage these timeless stories as absolutely foundational pedagogical tools. Let's dive right in. So, can a simple fairy tale actually solve complex classroom challenges? It's a pretty bold question, right? Look, if you're an educator, you know the daily struggle of engaging a room full of diverse early learners. Every single kid has their own unique developmental needs, language backgrounds, and learning styles. Honestly, it can be a little overwhelming. But what if the solution to capturing their attention, building up those skills, and fostering a truly inclusive environment is literally hiding in the pages of the stories we've known all our lives? Today, we're going to look at how these familiar narratives act as incredibly versatile, modern teaching solutions. Here is our roadmap for today. First, unlocking classroom magic. Next, social and emotional learning, followed by inclusion for diverse learners. Then we'll hit routine keepsake storybooks, immersive classroom roleplay, and finally, interactive storytelling activities. Section 1. Unlocking classroom magic, beyond the spellbinding narrative. We really need to shift our perspective on what a fairy tale actually does in an educational setting. It's time to bridge that gap between simple, cozy story time and a truly captivating learning environment. These stories go way beyond just simple entertainment. Sure, they ignite the imagination, which is great, but they actively develop critical thinking and massively boost those essential literacy and language skills. Beyond that, they introduce really vital, heavy concepts to young minds in a way that is totally accessible. Themes of courage, kindness, and justice, suddenly, they're woven directly into the fabric of your daily lesson plans. Section 2. Social and emotional learning, mapping stories to skills. Okay, so check this out. We can create a direct map from a story you already know by heart to a core social and emotional learning concept. For instance, Little Red Riding Hood isn't just reading practice. It's a brilliant allegory for personal safety, situational awareness, and the very real dangers of trusting strangers. Snow White perfectly contrasts the corrosive effects of envy with the healing power of empathy and kindness. And Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Well, it isn't just about finding the right temperature for porridge. It's actually a profound narrative exploration of respecting personal boundaries and other people's spaces. The Ugly Duckling becomes a beautiful, relatable tool for teaching self-acceptance and self-worth. By mapping these explicit stories to abstract SEL concepts, you make these crucial life lessons instantly actionable for your preschoolers. Section 3. Inclusion for diverse learners, adapting the classics. You know, the traditional single-language text read out loud in a standard reading circle is fine. We've all done it. But sometimes it can inadvertently leave a few kids behind. Instead, an adapted, inclusive plan completely elevates the lesson. By utilizing bilingual Spanish and English texts, like those great Keepsake Stories editions, we instantly support our English language learners. It lets them compare translations and really boosts comprehension. Plus, when you add tactile sensory activities into the mix, like, say, setting up a sensory bin where kids can literally feel a pea hidden under layered mattresses for The Princess and the Pea, you're providing absolute vital engagement for students with special needs and specific sensory processing requirements. It's a real game changer. Inclusion also means bringing in cultural and thematic diversity. Just look at these amazing fractured versions of Goldilocks. We've got Dustylocks, which brings this awesome Southwest flavor and hilarious dialogue. Goldilocks, where the main character literally eats the bear's furniture? No kidding. Then there's The Three Snow Bears by Jan Brett, introducing Inuit culture with a gorgeous igloo setting. And Goldilocks and the Three Librarians, which takes place in a house made entirely out of books. When you present these diverse, flipped versions to your class and ask them to compare and contrast the tales, you are building incredible critical thinking and analytical skills, all while ensuring different cultural contexts are celebrated. Section 4. Routine Keepsake Storybooks, Creating Classroom Anchors. So, what is a keepsake storybook? Basically, it's a familiar, high-quality text that you return to repeatedly. For early learners, and especially for special needs students, routine and comfort are everything. They crave it. A beautiful, physical book that they know super well acts as a solid classroom anchor. They already know the story, they love the vibrant illustrations, and returning to it day after day builds deep, layered reading comprehension over time without them feeling stressed. And there's a science to this, too. Many of these keepsake storybooks target a very specific lexile measure, like 470L for Candice Ransom's retelling of Goldilocks. Selecting leveled reading text like this gives you a perfect, targeted skill-building resource. It introduces hundreds of new vocabulary words at exactly the right pace for pre-K all the way up to grade 3 readers. Section 5. Immersive Classroom Roleplay. Active External Benefits. All right, here is how we bring all this theory to life. Step 1. Set up a vibrant craft corner where children can use their fine motor skills to create tangible puppets, props, and costumes. This physically connects them to the story. Step 2. Organize dedicated role-play sessions where they get to actually step into the shoes of their favorite characters. And Step 3. Have them act out specific scenes. This isn't just playtime. It's a highly targeted strategy to help students explore brand new emotional perspectives and practically understand the feelings of others. It's been said that acting out scenes helps improve public speaking abilities and boost self-confidence, and it is so true. When young children engage in this kind of immersive play, they have to collaborate, they have to figure out how to share space and work as a team. It fosters vital social skills in a really engaging, incredibly low-pressure setting. They're learning to speak up and express themselves confidently, and honestly, they don't even realize they're learning because they are just having so much fun. Section 6. Interactive Storytelling Activities. Crafting New Narratives. Now, to get those creative juices flowing and flip the script, first, read one of those fractured fairy tales to the class, one that breaks all the rules. Second, guide your students in actually crafting and illustrating their own unique versions of the tale. Let them go wild with it. Finally, have them share their newly created stories with their peers. This step-by-step process ensures they truly grasp narrative structure, practice their language skills, and explore artistic expression, all while building tremendous confidence in their own creative ideas. And guess what? The learning absolutely does not have to stop with language arts. You can effortlessly weave these stories into your cross-curricular objectives. You want to integrate math? Have them measure out real ingredients for a themed recipe, like making actual porridge for the 3 bears. Or you could explore history and geography by researching the cultural origins of a specific tale. It makes your entire curriculum feel interconnected, dynamic, and just way more fun. So we leave you with this final provocative thought. Are you ready to become the fairy godparent of your classroom? By utilizing these strategies, everything from tactile sensory bins and bilingual texts to immersive roleplay and explicit SEL mapping, you can completely rethink how you use your classroom library. These classic stories are just waiting to be unleashed in a whole new way. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer, and we really hope you take these empowering strategies and apply them in your classroom today.